Hello, and welcome to the web tutorial for STEM at AIM High. The objectives of this web tutorial are to learn expectations of teaching STEM at AIM High, understand how to navigate curriculum on the Teacher Center, know what resources are available to STEM teachers, and some tips on teaching STEM at AIM High. Some high-level expectations of STEM at AIM High. First, and this goes for all classes at AIM High, is that connection and community are our first priorities. So, we have curriculum and, for a full experience, we want to get through all of the lessons. At the same time, if you need to slow down in order to connect more with your students, to build community, that takes first priority. Safety is also first in STEM class, both physical and emotional safety. So please make sure that you have norms and lab rules that promote student safety on your walls and have a clear setup process and cleanup process for experiments. It's summer. Summer students love going outside. Please do not feel like you're restricted to your classroom space. Please use different spaces and use your space in different ways. Also, adjust lessons and activities to your class context and student needs. There is no expectation. Actually, the expectation is not to use our lesson plans as a script, but as a tool. And you should go through them and make sure that you are making any adjustments to make it more relevant to your class. So for the rest of this web tutorial, we're going to take a look at the Teacher Center, which you should have already viewed the web tutorial for. So we'll go straight to the Teacher Center, to the curriculum area. Just a reminder, on the head curriculum page, you have the content overview, which gives us the scope and sequence of all of our classes. And so if you just need a quick snapshot, you can see the driving question, scientific inquiry, mathematical concepts, and the final product for each of the classes here. Let's go to the STEM page. One thing about STEM at AIM High is that it is project-based learning. Students utilize the design thinking process, scientific inquiry, and mathematical practices to address design and real-world challenges. And so you will see that all of our curriculum sort of follow the same pattern, where there is a project launch at the beginning and a culminating event and presentation at the end, where you demonstrate what you learn, and then a reflection of growth at the end. And so that is the beginning and the end. And then you'll see that the flow will be usually learning some content. There'll be a benchmark and again a reflection on growth, and then they'll be doing some more practicing, another benchmark and reflection, and then we will move towards creation with their final product. And so you will see that happen in all of our curriculum. And here, this is, if you click here, this is an overview, which is a written form of this web tutorial. The content overview, again, that is what we linked to earlier. Routines for success. This is important for science and STEM class. This gives you some ideas around material setup, how to begin your class. And this is great too. You might want to put these on a poster, some discussion sentence frames to help students be safe and be able to know how to contribute and participate in class. We also have deeper learning skills, and I'll show you in a little bit. You can access this, but I won't talk too much about it now. But these are basically indicators for deeper learning competencies such as thinking critically. And you will see this in all of our lessons. Soon there will be a link to print out our curriculum. As you'll see in a little bit, all of our curriculum is our Google Docs, and you click onto them. Some people would like to print them, and so there'll be a PDF available here for you to just print out as much of the curriculum as you want to. So you'll see that each grade has another page. So for sixth, and so we'll look at the themes for each grade. So sixth grade is around designing a green building. Um, the seventh grade is the apocalypse survival kit. Eighth grade is a roller coaster prototype, and ninth grade is an eco business. So let's take a look at seventh grade. Actually, let's take a look at. I'm going to go to sixth grade. So we're going to look at sixth grade, and what you'll see, most of the STEM curriculum will have the same components. There might be a little bit of variation. But one thing that all of our curriculum will have is a materials guide. So most of the materials for any of your experiments have been bought already and will be at your site. So all of these things on this list, unless otherwise noted, they should either be in a STEM box, which is a blue Tupperware bin, or in your Aim High General Supplies. So anything listed down here with an asterisk should be returned to the STEM box at the end of the summer because we will reuse them. So there's some general materials. So all of your students will be getting 3 folders with 3 prongs. So one for each of their classes. And so just know that that is there for your students. Our recommendation is that you keep it in the classroom because students will probably lose it if they're bringing it home and back. Unless they have to do something at home, you should find a spot to put the student folders in. And again, it has the 3 prongs so you can hole punch things and put them in there. And so the materials are broken down by week, and you'll see there will be a list of materials, and the recommendation is probably the week before is to go through your materials and make sure that you have the right amount and you've located it. Although we've bought what we believe is enough for every site, there might be some discrepancies. So make sure you go through the lessons and check out and make sure that you have all of the materials that you need. Again, you'll see these asterisks, so these 2 thermometers should show up back in the bin at the end of the summer. Pipettes, you usually use them and they're disposable. If you have some extra unused ones, you can return those too, but you don't have to. There will also often be some materials that are not provided. So for example, a water heater or kettle. Most sites should have some way to heat water. If not, you might end up bringing a kettle from home. And then there are these printouts for each region for the lesson. And so you will print these out as you need. So again, take a look at this, plan out ahead of time your materials. All right, all of our lessons have a project overview, which is a high-level overview of the whole project, and it will also give you the standards that we are using, the success skills that students will be practicing so that you can look out for this or help students recognize that they are building these skills, as well as some products, as well as the end products. So that is available to you. There's also a sample student letter. This would be one of the things that you can make a copy of and adjust and give to your students at the beginning of class. You can put little pictures on it, whatever you need to do to make it more exciting. All of our lessons will have a PBL map. It might be linked or it might be a picture here with a link. So you can access this and make a copy of it. Again, you've got a project launch, culminating event, and then sort of, what is the content for each section, as well as a benchmark and a reflection. So that helps you visualize your entire summer. And then what you will probably use the most is this calendar. It has driving questions, and then all of the lessons are linked here. So I will, let's link on day 2, weather versus climate. So they all look pretty much the same. The grades might vary a little bit, but 6th and 7th will have a driving question, a goal for the day, success skills. Again, these are the success skills that they will practice this day. There's a worksheet oftentimes, and so you will need to print these out and open these and print them out for your class. And then there's often a presentation or a slideshow. This is optional. If you want, you can open that, make a copy, and adjust it as you need to. The 6th and 7th will have an agenda up here, and you can click. So if you just want to say, oh yeah, warm up, got it, partner group discussion notes, you probably want to see what those are about, but this is a synopsis of it, and you can click these bookmarks and get all the way down to whatever you need to, or you can just scroll. So it's a full lesson plan. Again, you know, there are some talking points in here, but you should take a look at this and adjust it as you need it for your class, right? You might realize that you've got a really talkative class and it's going to take a lot longer to have this group discussion. It might mean that you make the notes part shorter, or you need to move something to the next day. So again, it is up to you to adjust. And another area, and we also have extension ideas once in a while, and this is for students that need extra challenge, or maybe your class went really fast. And so there's that. And then we have this section. So the recommendation is for you to make a copy of these lessons and and then you can use this tool with your co-teacher. So this basically has the lesson here, including welcoming students, and you would think about who is leading, what is the other teacher doing, what are students doing. So you might think, okay, Sally is going to be the main person welcoming the students. She's going to give them all high fives, whatever you want to do. And then what is the other teacher doing? So Jorge is making sure that the objectives are on the board. And the students are giving a high five, and then they're finding their seats and they're starting the warm-up. Right? So this gives you a good idea of like, okay, what should the students be doing at this time, so that they know and you know, and what each of our teachers are doing. So this is a really great tool. And then there's often links to other resources that will take you back to the Teacher Center. So this is basically what each of the lessons look like. And then let's take a look really quickly at this calendar. And I'm going to so you'll see down here T1, T2, T3. So if you are at a site in Marin, I would click this because this calendar would reflect your summer. And so what you'll also notice is that most of the lessons have something like a flex day or an asterisk. And we often leave a day, and then when you get over here, it might be more like 2 or 3 days. We leave days free in case there's a field trip or you need to catch up. A lot of times these lessons take a little bit longer than planned. So we often put in a flex day. If for whatever reason you have a class that goes really quickly, there is an optional extension lesson in many of the classes. And then we also have these mini design challenges or anything that you want to fill the time with, or doing some extra math. So this is basically the anatomy of these calendars and all of the materials that are available to you. Okay, and so now that now that I've shown you all of the things that you can find on the Teacher Center, at least for one grade, where to start now, where to go. First, explore. Explore all over the Teacher Center. I suggest looking at the final product first, so you can do a little bit of backwards planning. Take a look at the PBL map so you can orient yourself to the whole summer, and then check out the different resources. I would then create a shared folder for your teaching team for lessons and other resources that you want to share. Make adjustments to your calendar. Make a copy of the calendar and then put that in the folder and make some adjustments. Discuss what is exciting to each teacher. So, one teacher might be really excited about a cool video and exploring that. One person might really like leading discussions. Another person might be really into experiments. So talk about that, because that will help you decide who might lead different parts of a lesson, and start planning. So if you have any questions, it's at the bottom of each of the pages on the Teacher Center. You can email us at curriculum@aimhigh.org. Thank you and have a great summer.